You're disgusting. What do you think you are? You're just a coward. You're a coward. You're a spy piece of shit. And you're embarrassing yourself. What am I gonna do? Nothing. You're gonna die on your own without.
It feels fucking good. You and your small dick and your pussy way of killing animals.
Oh
and
my
it feels
God.
good. You have all the blood on your face and all the blood on your hands. It feels good. It feels good.
I can guarantee you he's not gonna do this.
Shame on.
So embarrassing. This guy got exactly what he wanted. He came to that protest literally hoping that exactly this would happen, that someone would scream in his face. If there's an image that's bad for veganism, that's it. Emotionally unhinged animal rights activists screaming in people's faces, screaming so hard that she can't breathe properly, and screaming in someone's face that they have a small dick. Yeah, this went viral for all the wrong reasons. But, and this is important, anyone who sees this video and sees this meat eater and thinks he's some kind of genius, like some revolutionary, some kind of rebel, is a fucking clown. Would anyone be calling this guy a hero if he went out to a human rights protest and was eating child slave labor chocolate in front of human rights activists? No, it's just a joke. I'm just trolling. I mean, I'm just eating something in front of you. I mean, why are you so bothered about that? Can't you take a joke? Come on, why can't anti-slavery activists just take a joke? I love the taste of slavery. Yeah, not sure that would go down quite as well. What about if you went to a women's march and was trying to tell everybody that women are property for men? Think that would go down as well? Hilarious. If this guy was around in the 1960s instead of 2022, he'd probably be the guy dragging the woman out of the Boston Marathon. Lol, women running marathons? Women's rights is so funny, lol. Hey, how funny would it be if we went down to the Boston Marathon and like tried to get that woman out of the race because like, lol, women's rights? And all these clowns in the comments of this meat-eating video, they'd all be saying shit like, oh, get that woman back in the kitchen, as if they think they can do sports like men. It's the same energy. These are the same people. Well, there is a big difference though, let's be fair, because most people are against slave labor. And most people are against sexism. Most people would have an issue with this guy if he did those things because they're against those things. But wait a minute. Most people are also against animal abuse. So why don't they support animal rights activists against silly cunts like this? Because most people are against animal abuse. But most people are also massive fucking hypocrites. And they love to see someone trolling animal rights activists and vegans because it makes them feel good about being massive fucking hypocrites. It reassures them and helps them deal with the guilt of knowing that the vegans are right, but they just don't want to change. It gives them an excuse and someone to rally behind. It's like, yeah, you stick it to the people that make me feel guilty. You might say that's a bit pathetic. And you'd be absolutely right. It is pathetic to celebrate a top-class twat like this just because it makes you feel better about doing the wrong thing. All this guy is a massive meat flake who's super triggered by vegans. He's so insecure and threatened by vegans that he went out of his way to go to a vegan protest to eat meat in front of vegans. Because what better way to show that you're 100% secure and confident in your life choices being the right choices than to go to people who don't agree with you and do those life choices in front of them just to prove to everybody how confident and comfortable you are with the things that you're doing.
That was the plan. Not a great plan.
Don't you just know if this guy was at the Yulin Dog Festival, he'd be crying like a little baby? He'd be the activist, and he'd be the one getting trolled by someone eating a dog kebab in front of him. But oh, it's okay if it's a goat, pig, cow, or sheep, or any other animal. Just, no, don't do it to those animals that I care about because, you know, that'll upset me. Numpty. Here's exactly what happened in this video, and exactly why you're a massive fucking clown if you think this guy's a hero. A group of protesters hit the streets because they want to change the world in a better way for animals because they're against animal abuse, like most people are. And let's be real here, whether you're vegan or not, animal agriculture is a horror show. We know it, you know it. Fur, leather, dairy, meat, eggs, it is an absolute horror show. So these activists go out and they're protesting against this. And these protesters are a minority group. They have limited influence, limited power, limited numbers. But they go out anyway. They think, you know what? We're still going to go out and try because it's worth trying. So that's what the protesters are doing. Now, this guy, he's one of the people that won't do anything about this. He doesn't want to change. He wants things to stay the same. But he probably cares about animals. And he's probably against animal abuse. We could assume that, right? But the thing is, he would never give up any of his free time, any of his money, or basically anything to help animals, or probably anyone else. Because he's a selfish piece of shit. Now he decides instead of helping, and because he's a selfish piece of shit, He's going to go out and troll people trying to make positive changes in the world. And what amazing, innovative way does he come up with to troll people and be such a courageous rebel? Well, he decides to go to a store, purchase something perfectly legally, and eat it. And all of this is perfectly legal and 100% socially acceptable in today's society. What he did is the norm for most people. Oof, so rebellious. What a hero this guy is. What a courageous, brave, stunning, rebellious hero.
Sarcasm. Yes.
And over the last 5 years, so many people have done this for social media clout. At this point, it's becoming a meme in itself that people do this thinking it's going to upset vegans.
It feels fucking good! You and your small dick!
There's been viral TikToks, there's been viral YouTube videos, viral Facebook videos. Even Sverige, the mentally challenged raw testicle eater, went to a vegan protest or a vegan festival and was eating raw squirrels in front of people. Oh, but everyone was upset about that. Even the non-vegans didn't find that funny. I guess the line is drawn at raw squirrels, but it's okay if you chop them up and put them in a kebab. I mean, then it's fine, right? Clowns. And the entire aim of this ultra-rebellious, brave act of trolling, the whole goal of this is to try and upset a small minority group of people who are just trying to change the world for animals. How could these activists have acted differently in this situation? And how can we wake people up and get them to stop celebrating twats like this? At the very least, we've got to stay relatively calm.
That's right! We can't have anyone freak out there, okay? We've got to keep our composure! We've come too far! There's too much to lose! We've got to keep our composure!
The last time I got my own way by screaming at the top of my lungs was when I was maybe like 5 or 6, and I would scream and slap my own ears until I got what I wanted from my mum.
You serious?
I'm not making that up. My ears were literally purple. I was a fucking psycho. But we aren't 5 anymore, so screaming and slapping our ears to get what we want ain't gonna fly.
No way!
Maybe this activist was just overconfident because she had her people all around her and there's a big protest and it's all, you know, momentum, but it was delusional. It's deluded to think that we can act like that and get what we need to get done. We are the minority, and screaming in people's faces for doing something that 99% of people do isn't gonna get anything changed anytime soon. It's just not gonna win people over. So either ignore guys like this or try to calmly engage with them and make them look like a bit of a twat. Hey man, what's your goal today? What are you hoping to achieve from what you're doing right now? What do you have against us? What do you have against the message that we're putting forward? Are you against animal abuse? What's stopping you from going vegan? Why are you trying to provoke people who are just trying to help animals? All these questions make him look a right cunt if he answers them, because it highlights how ridiculous what he's doing really is. And if he doesn't answer the questions and continues doing whatever he's doing, he still looks a right cunt, and you look like a calm, reasonable vegan. So it's a win-win. What about the people celebrating this numpty? How do we wake them up and make them see that he is a right cunt? By highlighting the things I just said in this video. By pointing out this guy's no hero, no rebel, no revolutionary at all. He's nothing special. He just targeted the lowest hanging fruit. He targeted a group that most people rip on. He targeted a group that is a minority of society. He's a nobody who's trying to get attention by doing the most obvious, unimaginative, lamest troll you can think of. Eating meat in front of vegans. And if someone's still celebrating this guy after they hear all of that, well, it is what it is. You just have to hope that one day they'll stop being a cunt. Keep calling out that BS. I'll catch you in the next one.